Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Canada Immigration. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we will talk about Marc Miller's proposed new changes to the immigration system. In a bold move to address Canada's evolving immigration challenges, Marc Miller, the Minister of Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship, is set to propose significant changes to the country's immigration system. These proposed adjustments aim to streamline processes, improve efficiency, and ensure that Canada's immigration policies continue to attract top global talent while meeting the nation's economic and social needs. As Canada's immigration landscape evolves, these changes could have a lasting impact on both prospective immigrants and the broader economy. If you are interested in this topic, pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Immigration Minister Marc Miller has indicated a new wave of reforms targeting Canada's immigration and asylum systems, signaling significant policy shifts. These proposals, expected in the coming weeks, come amid growing concerns over inefficiencies, rising asylum claims, and issues surrounding temporary worker permits.
What I can provide to you as a number is the expected decrease over that period over the 3-year period, which is about 450 the first year, 450 the next year. That's net incoming and outcoming, with a slight increase in 2027.
Here's a deep dive into what these changes entail and their potential impact. Current challenges in Canada's immigration system. 1. Lengthy asylum claims processing times. The average processing time for refugee and asylum claims in Canada stands at an alarming 44 months, as per government statistics. This backlog reflects both the increasing volume of claims and systemic inefficiencies. There are nearly 250,000 refugee claims awaiting decisions as of the end of September, Minister Miller said during his testimony before the House of Commons Immigration Committee. Since January 2024, only 48,000 claims have been processed, a figure that underscores the urgency for reform. 2. Inland asylum claims on the rise. Inland asylum claims, which require applicants to have been in Canada for at least 2 weeks before filing, are another growing concern. Between January and September 2024, only 635 such claims were processed. According to Miller, many of these claims stem from individuals counseled to file unjust asylum applications due to diminishing options for legal residency. 3. International students adding to the burden. An increasing number of international students are filing asylum claims, despite having very little hope of approval. Miller emphasized that temporary residency must be taken at face value, stating, "It is not a right to become a permanent resident or a Canadian citizen. That's something I firmly believe in." Marc Miller working on new immigration reforms. Minister Miller outlined several reforms to address the systemic challenges. 1. Overhauling the asylum system. Acknowledging inefficiencies, Miller reiterated his commitment to reforming the asylum system. The aim is to streamline processes and ensure genuine refugees receive timely support while discouraging unfounded claims. "The system is not working the way it should," Miller said. "This is a function of both volume and efficiency." 2. Clamping down on LMIA abuses. One significant focus of the reforms is the misuse of the labor market impact assessment system. Currently, obtaining a LMIA provides 50 bonus points toward permanent residency applications, creating an incentive for fraudulent activities. "Money is changing hands where it shouldn't," Miller stated, referencing reports of immigrants paying exorbitant fees to employers and consultants for LMIA approvals. Ottawa is considering reducing the 50-point bonus to curb these abuses. 3. Addressing false hopes for temporary residents. Miller criticized institutions and consultants that give temporary residents false hope of permanent residency or citizenship. His reforms aim to emphasize the temporary nature of these programs, ensuring clarity for applicants from the outset. Public reactions and protests. Miller's testimony before the Immigration Committee was met with vocal protests from groups like the Migrant Workers Alliance for Change. Demonstrators held signs reading, "Don't deport us. Don't be racist. Rights, not cuts. Status for all." One protester directly addressed Miller, stating, "We are the people you're trying to kick out of this country." Parliamentary Protective Services escorted approximately 20 protesters out of the building following the minister's exit.
As I said to you before, just like the vast majority of people that come to the country on a temporary basis, the vast majority leave. In some cases, increasingly many, I will concede, people decide to choose. They are in a situation of irregularity in that case. Once they have exhausted their remedies, they are removed by CBSA.
Political and social implications. 1. Criticism from opposition parties. NDP immigration critic Jenny Kwan accused the government of scapegoating migrants for systemic issues like Canada's housing crisis. Kwan questioned whether recent immigration changes were fair to temporary residents and international students. Miller responded that while compassion is necessary, permanent residency and citizenship must retain their value. It doesn't mean that you treat people unfairly, he said. But the reality is that not everyone can stay here. 2. Public sentiment on temporary residency. Miller emphasized that temporary residency should remain a short-term arrangement unless explicitly designed otherwise. Being in Canada temporarily has to mean something, he said, addressing the growing number of overstayers. The broader impact of LOMIA reform. The abuse of the LOMIA system has drawn criticism from legitimate immigration professionals, who argue that fraudulent practices tarnish the program's credibility. Reducing the 50-point incentive may alleviate these concerns but could also impact the recruitment of foreign workers.
There are an increasing number of international students making asylum claims, I think with very little hope given their conditions. They, whether you like it or not, are entitled to a form of due process in this country. I don't think you would purport to deny it to them. Are there things we can do to make sure that's more streamlined? I would encourage you to follow the next few weeks as we propose more amendments to the immigration system and the asylum system. But let's recall that every party in this House, except for the Liberal Party, voted down our asylum reforms in the budget. A bit shameful considering that Conservatives had proposed these in earlier years, but you chose to play politics about it. This is a system that is in need of reform, and it's in need of reform in the right way.
Canada's economy relies heavily on temporary foreign workers, particularly in industries facing labor shortages. Striking a balance between economic needs and curbing exploitation is a key challenge for policymakers. Future directions. Minister Miller hinted at additional reforms aimed at tackling inefficiencies in the immigration system. He also acknowledged the complexity of the asylum process, stating that some asylum seekers are guided by false expectations. Ottawa plans to introduce measures to dismantle immigration scams, particularly those targeting vulnerable individuals. Miller called for a cultural shift among employers and immigration consultants to uphold ethical practices. With almost 4 years required to process asylum claims, the government aims to expedite decision-making while maintaining fairness. This includes potentially increasing resources for immigration tribunals and improving case management systems. A pivotal moment for Canadian immigration. Minister Marc Miller's proposals mark a critical juncture in Canada's approach to immigration and asylum. While the planned reforms aim to address inefficiencies and exploitation, they also highlight the delicate balance between compassion and policy enforcement. As Canada navigates these changes, public debate will likely intensify, with stakeholders from all sides advocating for their vision of fairness and opportunity. For now, all eyes remain on the government as it prepares to unveil its next steps. As Marc Miller prepares to introduce these new changes to Canada's immigration system, the proposed reforms promise to shape the future of immigration in the country. If passed, these changes could provide greater opportunities for skilled workers, enhance the settlement experience for newcomers, and strengthen Canada's position in the global marketplace. As we await further details, it will be crucial to assess how these reforms balance the nation's goals for growth, innovation, and inclusivity. That is all for today. In this video, what are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later, in the next video. Till then, take care.